Welcome back to Midday Live on TV3. Let's do business now. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has stressed the need for fiscal consolidation measures to continue given the high level of public debt. IMF team has concluded that review program in Ghana as part of the 3-year IMF economic support.
The team from the International Monetary Fund, led by Joel Bernant, were in Accra to conduct discussions on the third review of Ghana's financial and economic program supported by the fund. The team expressed satisfaction with the implementation of the program. The country is said to have met the IMF and December 2015 performance criteria, with the exception of a deviation in the wage bill and net domestic assets of the central bank. The team further stated that despite the difficult global environment with lower commodity prices and domestic power shortages, economic growth in 2015 was close to 4%, that's slightly higher than expected. However, worrying was the inflation growth rate, which is influenced by the increase in utility tariffs, energy sector levies and transportation costs.
We have seen very strong progress in 2015. The overall fiscal deficit was brought down from 10.6% of GDP to 6.7% of GDP, which was a better performance than was originally programmed under the initial objectives. So this is a very good start.
Finance Minister Setekpe said government has kept faith with reducing the deficits.
The improvements in the fiscal deficit is something that is welcome. You know where we were from 12% at the time in 2013, nearly to 12% at the time of the launching of the homegrown policy before we went into the the IMF program. So if you consider where we are now, it is improvement. And as Joel mentioned, it has benefits. It has benefits in that you are not in the markets, crowding out and financing a large deficit.
In other business news, the construction of Ghana's first supercritical coal-fired plant has been rescheduled to April 2017, 3 months before the commencement of the earlier date. The change in date is to allow the VRA to resolve all outstanding concerns with stakeholders.
Shenzhen Energy of China, in collaboration with the Volta River Authority, will develop a 2,000 megawatts coal-fired generating unit at Ekumfi in the central region of Ghana. The $1.5 billion first phase of the project will add some 700 megawatts to the national grid in 4 years. The project will help address the domestic power generation shortfall in the near future by improving Ghana's future power balance with annual electricity demand at 7%.
The phase 1 will include coal power plant, a thermal plant, and a coal handling facility, or in short, a port. We are looking at tariff around 11 cents per kilowatt hour. But this is high because some basic infrastructure that we're going to put up will be utilized during the second phase. So with the benefits of economic of scale, the second phase will be a single-digit tariff, which will be very beneficial to all of us.
The VRA assured the project will adopt clean coal technologies to mitigate harmful effects associated with coal power generation.
We have 3 levels of coal production: the subcritical, the supercritical, and ultra supercritical. The key issues on coal production in terms of emissions and air quality production was on the subcritical, what they call production. And subsequently, this new technology is looking at the clean coal technologies associated with the supercritical usage of the technology. And that is what we are adopting on this project to ensure that the pollution measures are mitigated.
Now, the Executive Council member for the Ghana Employers Association, Florence Labi, says that the association would push for a legislation to move the maternity leave period from 3 to 4 months. She again advocated a move flexible enough in the working environment for women.
The last decade has seen a growing number of women rising to the summit of the human resource roles in various organizations. The second Ghana Employers Association Women in HR Conference brought together professionals drawn from various sectors, including banking, manufacturing, mining and education, to share ideas and address peculiar challenges confronting women in HR. Managing Director of Nestle Ghana, Frida Duplan, urged women to endeavor to be different.
Work that can be done from home, if it's possible for some of our female employees to do part of that work from home and then come into the office, also for the parts that is required in the office. But here, as employees also, we have to show that we will be responsible.
Executive Council member of the Ghana Employers Association, Florence Labi, said the association is working assiduously on a legislation to extend the maternity leave period.
Point of discussion is having the number of months increased from 3 months to 4 months. This is what we are packaging to present to Parliament, for Parliament to pass a law to make the maternity number of months in maternity 4 months instead of 3 months, because we believe that there should be a balance between employers and employees.
Manager of Training and Administration at the Ghana Employers Association, Yvonne Asari-Yeboah, regretted some challenges confronting women in HR.
Combining work with home, it's sometimes difficult. So sometimes these are the issues, and sometimes you also get some men intimidating you. There are some positions they think it's for males, but people are now occupying those higher positions not because they are women, but because they have experience, they have the capacity to do so.
The conference was on the theme, Women in HR, Creating Opportunities, Raising Aspirations.
That's it for business news on Midday Live.